Hello, project pioneers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Project to Product, the channel where we transform project and product dreams into tangible realities. If you are hungry to conquer complexity slash risk and become the project leader everyone admires, you are in the right place. Ever feel like your projects are battling scope, creep monsters, budget black holes, and schedule slip and slides? Today we are tackling a game-changing secret weapon, choosing the right project management methodology. That's right, choosing the right project management methodology. Trust me, this isn't just a theory. It's just a bedrock of project success. Why? Because every project is a unique beast with own mix of demands, personalities, and potential pitfalls. This video is especially for aspiring project engineers and future project managers who want to execute projects with fewer risk and fewer issues like scope, budget, and schedule creeps. Now, I'm not just talking about textbook here. I've been in the trenches leading over $25 million engineering projects in US, spearheading cutting R&D projects, construction projects, and driving product management from concept to launch. I've seen firsthand the power and the pain of choosing the right or wrong approach, and now I'm here to share that insider wisdom with you. I was fortunate to complete my master's in project management while working as a project engineer and also get the project management mentorship from a professional project manager, and project management professors actually teach project management for college students. So get ready to unlock the secrets. In this power packed video, we are dividing into 7 essential facts about project management that every ambitious project professional needs to know. These aren't just abstract ideas, they are battle tested insights and proven strategies designed to empower you to manage projects like a pro, minimize risk, and deliver results that truly matter. So buckle up, let's get started, equip you with the knowledge to become the project management rockstar you mean to be. So let's dive in. Starting with the fact number 1, how to select the right project management methodology to drive lasting impact and process success. I repeat, how to select the right project management method to drive lasting impact and project success. So let's assume you are standing at the project planning phase, ready to chart its course, but before you can even think about the milestone or Gantt charts, a critical question demands your attention. What is the inherent nature of the projects I'm about to command? This isn't just an initial thought, it's the foundational intelligence that dictates your strategic approach. Trust me on this. Allow me to illuminate this with some real world scenarios, the kind that separates seasoned practitioner and from the merely operational practitioner. So imagine making things better in a manufacturing factory. Imagine your project is all about improving how things are made in a factory. Maybe speeding up a production or making the quality better by chasing the layout or designing an installation of a production line. A good approach here is called Six Sigma, DMAIC: define, measure, analyze, improve, control. This method is useful because it helps you to collect information about how things are currently working, use simple statistics to understand the process, figure out how to make it better, and then make sure those improvements sticks. Often you'll start by drawing a value stream map of the current process to see where the problem are, and then design a future state value stream map to improve the production process. Okay, let's look at another method, orchestrating a mega scale engineering and construction. Imagine you are doing a mega scale construction project. Envision yourself leading a complex EPC, which is engineering, procurement, and construction endeavor, or a monumental construction initiative. In these high stake environments, the PMBOK framework, fortified with the rigor of earned value management, EVM, and the precision of the critical path method, which is the CPM, is your go-to project management method. The PMBOK provides a robust phase-gated structure meticulously tailored for intricate project encompassing the critical process groups such as initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closing. Furthermore, it's 10 essential knowledge areas which are spanning integration, scope, schedule, cost, quality, resource communication, risk, procurement, and stakeholders offer a comprehensive strategic compass to ensure successful delivery of the projects. Now let's look at another method. Imagine you are designing a new product. If your project is about creating a new product like a gadget or a new type of packaging, then use a stage gate process along with more flexible method like agile can work well. Stage gate is like having checkpoints throughout the projects to make sure you're on the right track before moving to the next step. There are different versions of the product development like AIPMM, APQP, and Design for Six Sigma. This helps you to make sure you're following clear process for innovation, dealing with potential problems early on, and getting everyone involved from the idea stage to when product launches. Let moves on to the next method. I've Before that, I have uploaded a separate video about AIPM product process, partially because I have experience as a product manager, so I wanted to give some reflection about what AIPM product process does. So if you are interested learning more about that process, check out my other video titled "What is Product Lifecycle Management?" So now let's move on to the next point. So spearheading a digital transformation and software development project. Finally, imagine yourself at the forefront of a software development or a transformative digital initiative, building a mission critical mobile application, a sophisticated software platform, an inherent automation engine, or game-changing digital tool. In this dynamic landscape, Agile, Scrum, or Kanban methodologies emerge as the clear victors. Why? Because these projects are characterized by evolving requirements, demanding iterative delivery on value and continuous use feedback. Agile's inherent flexibility empowers cross-functional teams to collaborate fluidly and adapt the inevitable current change with the speed and precision. Now let's look at another example. If you are managing a capital equipment installation, design, development, and installation project, such as designing a custom CNC machine, developing a sophisticated production machinery, or developing a cutting-edge automation equipment, the waterfall method combined with the Gantt charts and milestone-based tracking is ideal. These type of projects are typical sequential and require detailed coordination with R&D team, vendors, contractors, and commissioning teams. They also involve fixed deliverables, safety inspection, and regulatory compliance, making structured planning and timeline control essential for success. So as you can see, different kinds of projects needs different set of tools and ways of working to be managed. It just doesn't make sense, and it's not a good idea try to manage every single project using the same method, right? The smartest thing to do is to pick the project management method that best fits the each specific project, is all about what it needs. So why this is so important? Think about it like this: you wouldn't use detailed quality control steps of Six Sigma to buy to build a house, right? Just like you wouldn't plan flexibility or constantly changing mobile app using a rigid step-by-step approach like waterfall method. Using the wrong method can cause things to take longer, make work less efficient, confuse people, and ultimately make you miss your goals, right? You don't want that. Instead of wasting time and energy, the clever move is to choose the right project management approach from the very beginning, and that's how you give your project best chance of being success. I hope this will bring you some clarity about selecting the right project management method. Now, before we dive into the next essential fact about project management, I wanted to give a quick shout out to fantastic folks who are helping make this video possible, Exonial Design Labs. At Exonial Design Labs, they are all about smart design, and not only looks awesome but also helps you declutter your desktop workspace and get more organized. They create some really cool 3D printed stuff like laptop stands, desk organizers, desk risers, all designed to make your desk both more functional and better looking. If you are interested in checking out some of their innovation products, maybe a stylish keychain, coffee cup, or of their desktop productivity boosters, I've included the direct links in the description below. Go take a look if you want to grab one of their clever designs and level up your workspace. All right, with that awesome sponsor spotlight, let's go back to our project management essentials. Important fact number 2: it's important to know that being a project manager is different from being a project engineer. Even though they both work on a projects, think of it this way. Project managers are like the leaders and organizers of the project. They are focused on the big picture of the project. So they do things like making sure everyone's on the team is working together smoothly, talking with the bosses and keep them updated, planning out all the steps and timelines, managing the budget and making sure the project doesn't cost too much, keeping everyone happy and involved, dealing with any problems or risks that pop up, ultimately making sure a project gets finished on time, does what it's supposed to do and stays within the budget. Now, project engineers, on the other hand, are more like the technical experts who make sure projects is built correctly. They handle the design and the specific details of how things should be. They choose the right materials to use. They work with other engineers to make sure everything fits together technically and safely. They often go on site where the work is happening to help construction teams and solve any technical issues that come up. Now, the job of a project engineer can be a bit different depending on how the big company is, because smaller companies versus a larger company is slightly different. In smaller companies, a project engineer might do a bit of everything. They could be doing design work and some of the project management tasks, right? In bigger companies, they usually focus more on the technical side of coordination, right? So, why I mean by that is that often project engineers in their careers move up to become project managers or managers of their engineers, where they lead teams, oversee multiple projects. From my own experience working as a project engineer at smaller company, I was doing like designing the machine, managing the projects themselves, and even doing some of the electrical design work. I really enjoyed it because every project was different, and I was always learning new things. I worked on designing whole machines for factories, developing new products, and even building new facilities, which meant I had to know about the building codes, safety codes, how to get different teams to work together. So I really enjoyed that. Now, being a project engineer can be really versatile, especially for a smaller companies. You often wear many hats and might travel to different work sites to get things done. It's like being a big fish in a small pond. You get to do a lot of different things and really see how your work helps the projects to succeed. But in larger companies, project engineers often spend more time coordinating things and managing the technical side and might not do as much as hands-on design work. It can feel more like being a small fish in a big pond. That's the way it's super important to figure out what kind of role you are getting into. Ask yourself, do I like doing mix of technical work and managing, or do I prefer to focus on managing projects? Understanding what's expected of you as a project engineer before you take the job can make a big difference and how happy you are and how your career grows. Now, let's go to the next important fact. Important fact number 3: every project must have a clearly defined scope, timeline, budget before execution begins. Think of it like this: before you start even building anything, you need a solid plan. Every project needs to clearly know what exactly needs to be done, which is the scope, how long it will take, the timeline, and how much money you have to spend, the budget. Why is it so important? Well, without clear idea of these three things right from the start, it's super easy for the project engineer to get out of control. You'll likely to see scope creep, which means the project keep getting bigger and bigger with more things and added to the weren't originally planned. You probably have a budget overruns, meaning you end up spending way more money than you expected, and you almost certainly face schedule delays, where the project takes much longer to finish than you intended. If you want to be a project manager who gets things done successfully, your main goal should be to deliver projects without all these unexpected changes to what needs to be done. How much it costs or how long it takes, ideally, you even want to finish the project under budget, which is why the smart idea to add some extra money and add a contingency and safety net within your first figuring out the cost, right? Project management experts have a whole body of knowledge about this, and they say the good project manager needs to actively work on things like what's the project includes, the schedule, and the cost to keep problems from happening throughout the projects. So, how do you keep a scope creep when project keeps growing and without control in check? So, there's few ways: having a scope management map, having a requirement like manage your requirements carefully, create a scope baseline statement document, and you control your changes, you monitor your changes, and talk to stakeholders oftenly, right? Now, how do you stop budget creep, which is when costs go up unexpectedly? Have a cost management plan. Estimate cost accurately. Create a cost baseline to begin with. Track project performance on the earned value management. In a later point, I will explain to you what EVM is. And control your change. Now, how you control change? You have your change order register. You have to track of it and understand why is it changed. Is it necessary to change? And how do you prevent schedule creep when the project takes longer than planned, right? Have a schedule management plan to begin with. Use a critical path method. Create a schedule baseline. Track progress and predict the future changes and control these changes. So if you do these things, that helps you to eliminate any risk on the project budget, schedule, scope creeps, and deliver the results that the originally planned for. Now, let's go on to the next important factor. Important fact number 4, earned value management, EVM, is powerful and essential tool for managing project budgets. Okay, let's break this down, earned value management, in a way that easy to grasp and show why it's a superhero for project budgets. Alright, let's talk about super useful tool that can really help you to keep your project budget on track. It's called earned value management, or EVM for short. Think of it this way: to get a clear, honest picture of how your project is doing, looking at what you have done, how long it took, and how much it cost all the same time. Now, here are a few key terms you want in your project management toolkit. First one is planned value, which is PV. This is basically how much money you should have spent on work that should be done by now according to your original plan. The next one is earned value, which is EV. This is the actual value of the work you actually finished so far, measured in terms of the original budget for that work. And then actual cost. This is simply how much money you actually spend to get the work done, right? And the next one is budget at completion, which is BAC. This is the total amount of money you originally planned to spend on the entire project. And then lastly, you have the EAC, which is estimate at completion. This is your best guess right now for how much entire project will end up costing based on how things are going. There's a pretty common way to figure out EAC, and it looks like this. EAC is equal BAC divided by CPI. Now, what is CPI? CPI stands for the cost performance index, and how you calculate CPI is CPI equals EV divided by AC. which is earned value divided by actual cost. Basically, this formula assumes that if you are spending more or less efficiently right now, you probably continue to do so for the rest of the projects. But EVM is just about formulas. In the real world, you also want to create project budget trackers to keep a close eye on your project spending. And it's super important to have regular project review meetings with your team and the people who care about the projects to talk about how the costs are looking and taking actions if you see things going off track. You can even take those EAC numbers and put them into your project dashboard in tool like Power BI or Excel to get a clear overview of how all your projects are doing financially. So I hope this will make sense to you. Okay, let's move into the next important fact. Important fact number 5. Communication is the most critical skills in project management. Okay, let's simplify why good communication is like the lifeblood of any successful project. Think of it this way: if any projects, everyone needs to be on the same page, right? So that is where communications come in. It is absolutely key part for project managers to keep talking to everyone involved. They need to regularly update the bosses on how things are going, stay in close touch with the engineers and anyone else who had a stake in the project, and make sure the whole team understand exactly where things stand. So, for example, a lot of project managers have weekly project status meetings. They are like to quick check-ins where everyone talks about what they've been working on and if there's any problems popping up early. During these meetings, each engineer usually gives an update on their task. So the whole team knows what's been done and what's coming next. Sometimes the person running the meeting might be the project manager or program manager or even director of engineering. So whoever needs to get the updates and helps to keep things on track, right? They might even look at a big visual timelines like Gantt charts or project dashboard to get a quick overview of where everything is. This helps make sure that higher ups get accurate and current information about projects information. Now, Gantt charts are really common in these meetings because they show you visually if the project is on schedule, ahead of schedule, or falling behind. But it's not just a meeting. Project folks are also use email and phone calls and messaging apps like Microsoft Teams all the time to share quick updates and make sure everyone agrees on what needs to be delivered. Looking at the bigger picture, people like program managers or directors of project management might create project dashboards. These are like scorecards that show the most important things about projects, like is it on budget, is it on schedule, or if the right people are working on the right things. Nowadays, a lot of managers are use tools like Power BI to create visual dashboards. So it is really easy to see how individual projects or all of the projects together are performing. Now, once again, I want to do a quick reminder of our sponsor. If you are interested in desktop gadgets, please feel to check out the Exonil Design Labs link below in the description. I really like their coffee cup keychain design and the desktop organizer. Let me show you the coffee cup thing. It's pretty cute and I think it's pretty cool. So if you are interested, one of these or their desk organizer. If you are interested in one of these devices, feel free to check on it. I'll put the link in the description below. Now let's get back to our content. So important fact number 6. Do you need a professional certification to become an effective project manager? Let me ask you this. Do you so let's put it this way. You don't need a professional certification to become an effective project manager. I repeat again. You don't need a professional certification to become an effective project manager, but it definitely helps. Do you need a fancy certificate to be a great project manager? Not necessarily, but it can definitely give you a boost. Think of certifications like it could be you have a master's degree in project management, or a credential like a PMP or a certified Scrum Master, or Prince 2. They show you that you know your stuff when it comes to proven ways of managing projects. From what I've seen, I worked with project managers who had the certification and who didn't. So some companies really like to hire people with these credentials, certifications, especially for bigger companies or industries with lots of rules. But the absolute best project managers I visually have is a mix of real world experience and also like some kind of advanced training or certification. They just tend to run projects even better. So that being said, just having a piece of paper isn't magic ticket to a success. Just like any job, what really matters is how well you actually do the work. If you don't deliver results, those certification won't mean much. But when you combine experience with a certification, it can open up more job opportunities, make your skills sharper, and make you a more attractive candidate. The most effective project managers I know don't just understand the tools and methods of project management. They also really get how their own company, they understand how their own company works. They might even lead teams that set the standard for project management, called PMOs, like project management office. Create those helpful project dashboards we talked about and make sure their projects are actually helping the business to achieve their goals. In the end, it's not just about certification. Being able to get things done well, communicate clearly, and lead your team effectively are most important things. Certifications can help you be even better, but delivering results, real results, what really truly makes you stand out. It is also interesting to know that some organizations have their own special way of managing projects. For example, think of NASA. For example, NASA uses structured phased project management approach governed by NPR 7120.5 and NPR 7123.1 standards, which integrates system engineering with project execution. They have a very specific structured way of running projects with different phases like and checkpoints to make sure everything is safe, on track with cost, and ready to go. They really focus on understanding the dealing with risk, and they make sure the project managers and the engineers work closely together to make sure mission are successful. Now that leads to our important fact number 7. So risk management is not optional, it's strategy. I repeat, risk management is not optional, it's strategy. Risk management isn't a checkbox, it's a strategic practice that helps you stay positive instead of reactive. Great project managers constantly identify, assess, and plan response to a risk throughout the project lifecycle. So they do use a risk register and update it regularly, prioritize risk using probably impact analysis, assign owners, and mitigate risk strategies. So the pro tip is projects with a strong risk management practices are far more likely to be delivered on time and under budget. So there you have it, folks. The 7 essential project management facts that every project engineer and project manager need to know. I hope this has given you some valuable insights and practical tips you can start using right away. If you found this video helpful, please give this a thumbs up. It really helps the others to find this content. And if you want to stay on in the loop with more real world project and product management wisdom, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We got plenty more coming your way. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video right here on Project to Product. Have a good one.